presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, finally we get to stop talking about this team and actually get to see them in action. Feels like it's been a long offseason. We all know what Chris Paul can do offensively. We know what a leader he is, but defensively, what's Chris Paul like these days?
He has great hands, always looking to disrupt. What I like about him, he's a 7-time All-Star, and he's playing like he's on a 10-day contract, Ernie, holding nothing back. At the same time, he remains focused, anticipating, always under control, one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game.
And one of the great leaders in the NBA these days. That wraps it up from here in the studio. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. Here at the Staples Center, the fans here in Los Angeles amping up for the Clippers. Great to be with you. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg as 2K Sports presents this Tuesday afternoon broadcast of the NBA. It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. Johnson with a screen on Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Lowry drives in. Back to DeRozan. Fires the 3. No good. And the Clippers will come the other way.
An interesting statement came from the mouth of CP3 last year when he mentioned that he feels that Allen Iverson was the most influential player ever. Interesting. Most probably would have said Jordan.
And the shot is good.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Now here is Lowry. Johnson sets the screen for DeRozan. Ross in the corner. Outside DeRozan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Talk about Allen Iverson's influence. You know, Chris Paul wears the number 3 jersey in honor of Iverson. Paul was about 10 years old when the answer started his NBA career, so a huge influence.
And you look at Chris Paul and Allen Iverson. What similarities do you see in their games?
Well, really just size. That's the only thing. Allen Iverson was a speed merchant. Chris has tremendous and deceptive speed, a little stronger, more of a quarterback. AI was just a flat-out killer as a scorer. I mean, the guy did some amazing stuff for a long time at his size. I mean, he was 6 feet tall and 150, 160 pounds is all, and just put buckets on guys like I hadn't seen a small guy do since Nate Archibald. And Isaiah Thomas was similar, but a little stronger. DeMar DeRozan is starting to piece it together. I mean, we see him up in his scoring average. He's shooting it better. He's passing the ball with more confidence. He's becoming more efficient. You know, after a big extension from the Raptors, I think they've got to be pleased with his progress.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Pass to Valanciunas. Kicks it to Ross. Launches a three. Another miss by DeRozan. And guys, when you look at DeRozan, where can he take the next step?
Well, he has the physical tools to be an elite perimeter defender. He's made strides, definitely, but he has the potential, I think, to be even better than what he is right now.
Now, Redick following the three-point attempt by DeRozan. Paul, right side. And again, the Clippers good for two. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. The feed now to Johnson. To the left side wing. A shot by Lowry, no good.
Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
The drive by Paul puts up the baby hook. Johnson with the block. And here's the fast break. Ross leading the way. Puts up the baby hook. No good. Clippers leading by 5. Into Jordan. Deflects the pass. That's good. Griffin's got his first points in this one.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
For years, the Raptors had been a doormat for a lot of teams out west. An easy win, but last year they were one of the best teams in the East when it came to playing against the West.
They get it back. Here's Valanciunas and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now here's Paul. Jordan kicks to Griffin. Power down with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Raptors were one of just a few Eastern teams to go over 500 against the Western Conference when they went head-to-head.
Yeah, I think it had to do with the Raptors' ability to get hot. You know, when this team is hitting their shots, they can compete with anybody, and there really isn't much an opponent can do about it.
Snatched up. Here's Johnson. Griffin with some nice D. Los Angeles leading by 7. Paul with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Barnes dishes to Paul. He kicks to Griffin. Passes it to Redick. Paul outside. To the wing on the left. Barnes passes to Griffin. Just 5 to shoot. Paul with the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Good. 6 points for Blake Griffin.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for Amir Johnson. Lou Williams is checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Vasquez in for Kyle Lowry.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Crawford against Williams. Crawford kicks to Farmer. Back to Crawford. Clock at 6. Crawford left side. Nice shot from the wing.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
Here's Vasquez. He feeds it to DeRozan. Shoots from 12. Good on the jump shot.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Crawford with the ball. And he converts the layup.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
And he trains the three, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Well, now that we can see the replay, it looks like he did get the shot off in time. It looked that way to me originally, and that's the call we should see here.
You're right. I think he got it off, but anytime it's as close a call as that was, in a big situation like this, it's always smart to take a closer look.
And they're going to count it. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
Yeah, good to see them get that one right. That's exactly why we have this rule in place. And I like it. Each basket is so important in these games that you've just got to make sure you get it right at the end of the quarters.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Clippers?
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And I like the physical play we're seeing, too, because this is a club that's really pounding the paint area and scoring inside.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Vasquez out there with Williams. Then there's Tyler Hansbrough. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Patterson in at the 4. Here's Hawes. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Floats one. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Patterson.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Grievous Vasquez, a 6'6" point guard out of Venezuela by way of the University of Maryland, is really a good passer and playmaker. Plays with a swagger and moxie that you love to see. You know, a couple seasons back, this guy averaged 9 assists a game.
3 on the clock. And here's Dudley for 3, and he gets it to go. Dudley's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. They have to get a hand in his face.
And Vasquez with great size, Steve, for the point guard position.
Not an elite athlete, so he sometimes lacks the quickness to guard opposing point guards, but his height, his strength, and his grit and anticipation makes him really a viable option against a lot of different matchups in the league.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
DeMar DeRozan, a first-time All-Star last year, he improved his long-range shooting. On wing threes up around 40%, and that allowed him to shoot the best overall three-point percentage of his career.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Griffin's checked in for Davis. Barnes comes in for Jared Dudley. And it's Paul in for Jordan Farmar. Raptors also changing it up. Amir Johnson's checked in for Hansberg. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Lou Williams. Barnes kicks to Griffin. Right side, Griffin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And DeRozan last season cracking 30% from long range for the first time in his young, promising career. That outside shot has been the missing part of his offensive game because we know he can get to the rack.
Talk about DeRozan attacking inside, Steve, last season among the top 5 in free throws made.
Yeah, 6'7", he's strong, he's athletic. You know, he has the ability to finish in the lane, and I just like the way he's improved as a passer as well, getting his teammates involved.
You know, for a player whose star shines as brightly as Blake Griffin, Steve, it seems there are a lot of naysayers regarding his game, although I think you and I would agree he expanded his game, certainly this past year.
Well, I can tell you this, I am not one of those naysayers because I think Blake Griffin was the 3rd best player in the NBA last year. The offensive expansion to his game, the post-game, the passing, the ball handling in transition. I mean, he is an amazing player, and he has gotten better and better every year.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Doc Rivers trying to help this Clippers team to the mountaintop. And Chris Paul said, "I've never had a coach that wants to win as bad as I do until Rivers." Rivers said, "I'm just here to try to win. I always tell our players there's no guarantee to it. You have to be willing to get your hearts broken." Gentlemen.
He's getting him to lay it all on the line. Doris, thank you. Raptors moving the ball around. No good from Ross.
And you know, hey, anytime a player starts to get a lot of endorsements and TV spots, it puts them under the magnifying glass. You become a target. Other players see Blake Griffin on that pedestal. They're not going to hesitate sometimes to try to take him down the peg.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Patterson, the screen. Now here's Vasquez, covered by Reddick. Johnson dishes to Vasquez. Pass to Ross. They get the rebound. Here's Johnson. The 3rd shot of the possession finally falls for him.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
Los Angeles leading by 3.
And for Griffin, an all-star from his rookie season, the spotlight came early, but it hasn't taken away from his competitive drive. And I think the criticism he's faced, fair or not, will only spur him to greater heights.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Here's Ross, and again it's Toronto converting.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
And Reddick kicks to Paul. The dish to Griffin. Ross grabs the board.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
The 3, that's good. Ross has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter, after only making 40% from the field in the first.
And here is Paul. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Into Jordan, back to Paul. Shot to stop the run, and he overshot that one, missing.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
Ross passes to Vasquez. Outside Lowry. Dishes to Vasquez. The drive by Lowry. Again, Toronto.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, he's trying to take the wind out of their sails here. I mean, they're on the wrong end of a bad run. They got to sort things out.
I think things were very close to spiraling out of control if he didn't burn one there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Patterson. Hansbrough comes in for Amir Johnson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Ross. And it's Williams in for Vasquez. Here's Hawes. And the layup falls. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. Lowry kicks to Williams. Lowry is screen on Crawford. It's Williams with the drive.
And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Well, he was somebody you didn't want to put at the line a year ago. He made 85% of his attempts.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
So he gets them both.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Now Pharrell looking for his first basket still in this one. Crawford, no one around him. And he's good on the three ball. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. DeRozan. And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Farmar. Shot misses. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Raptors lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Looking at the game for DeRozan, he's got 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
The Clippers trail. Well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind out and get a win, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material. But they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too.
CP3 at point with Redick there in the backcourt. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
And with the Clippers, I think a big part of how they can grind out a win if need be is that they know how to get to the free throw line.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
Well, one way or another, the Clippers, as you said, they'll find ways to score points, even if it means selling a call or two. But you do what you need to do to get wins, and most players are open to that.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, I liked what I saw from Blake Griffin, showing more assertiveness offensively, especially when Chris Paul was missing time with a separated shoulder. Blake averaged over 24 points a game last year. That was a career high.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Well, that's one way to get your second half started on the right foot. An easy layup against some soft defense.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brooks. Doris, over to you.
Well, gentlemen, if you ask Coach Doc Rivers about DeAndre Jordan, he's going to say something along the lines of, he can single-handedly change a game with his defense. I genuinely see traits of Bill Russell. Jordan said, to be compared with somebody like that, I take it to heart. Defense is my first, second, and third priority. I know that Doc instilled that in me. Kevin?
There's greatness and respect to be had doing the dirty work, Doris. Thank you.
And Griffin showing more and more comfort with his jump shot. Doc Rivers wants him facing up to exploit his ball handling and quickness. And tell you what, when he's making that outside shot, he becomes basically unguardable.
Here's Lowry. He sinks the 11-footer. Lowry's got 6 points.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Paul against Lowry. There's the pass to Redick. The tray. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. And for Griffin last season, over 70%. Clark from the free throw line for the first time in his career.
Love seeing that kind of improvement. It points out how diligently he worked to refine and improve that free throw shooting.
5 to shoot. 3-pointer, Lowry, and that one's good. Now it's a 4-point Raptor lead.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Outside Griffin. He dishes it to Barnes. Lowry against Paul. Shot is off. Now Toronto takes it the other way. All going up court. Here's DeRozan. Rejected by Griffin. Lowry passes to DeRozan. Johnson kicks to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. DeRozan dishes to Valanciunas. Another shot. Goes up again. The Clippers grab the miss.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
And that one's good. Barnes.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
DeAndre Jordan alongside Blake Griffin, maybe the best game dunker in the league. He has the ability to make spectacular plays every time he gets near the rim.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. Vasquez comes in for Kyle Lowry. For Toronto, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And for DeAndre Jordan, Clark, between his length and his leaping ability, you almost feel like he should be playing in an 11-foot, 12-foot rim.
I tell you, when I've watched him play, there are times when it seems as though he's overwhelming that 10-foot basket. It really does look that way at times.
It's tipped to tie. Now here's Barnes. Not a lot of room. Feeds it to Redick. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's the 3. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And DeRozan, here we go. Can't get it to go. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Paul kicks to Redick. Here's Griffin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Matt Barnes really a good glue guy. He rebounds, defends. He's gotten better with his outside shot, and he can really run the lane. And he's always had a toughness and a fearlessness that I think a lot of coaches love.
And you look at advanced plus-minus measurements. Matt Barnes rates very well.
Not surprised by that, Kevin. He brings so much energy at both ends of the floor. He does a lot of those little intangible things that don't always show up on the stat sheet.
Griffin just having a terrific game. He has 11 points and also a block shot.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jordan. Dudley comes in for Matt Barnes. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Pharrell in for Chris Paul. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Making the playoffs was a goal the Raptors had been working towards for a long time, and last year they were able to get back to the postseason for the first time since 2008.
Vasquez kicks to Patterson. Pass to DeRozan. Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. Here's Vasquez. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Farmar kicks to Griffin to tie, and a great assist by Farmar as that one goes in. Griffin's got it all tied up now for the Clippers. Long drought came to a close last year, Clark, for Toronto. It wasn't a long ride in the playoffs, but the Raptors sure provided some excitement.
Well, that Game 7 loss to the Nets, Kevin, broke some hearts, but that's just a young team losing to a veteran team, and that always serves you well when you're looking to become more competitive, and ultimately the Raptors benefit from that type of experience.
For the lead, and a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Hansbrough, a screen on Dudley. Out to the right wing. Williams against Crawford. Trying to get back on track. And he gets it to go. And it's 7 points for Lou Williams.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Farmar looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Griffin. Here's Hawes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good, and the Clippers making a switch here. And he can't hit the second.
At least they have the advantage, but if they don't get a stop here, that missed free throw could prove to be a killer.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Los Angeles on top, up by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the finish, guys, this is where you know you are right on the money with that pass. Look at that, perfectly timed.
Toronto trailing. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Williams and Ross at the 2 and 3. And it's Lowry in at the 1 spot. Ross passes to Williams. Clock at 6. Left side Williams. The 10-footer finds the target. Williams has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Raptors. The Clippers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Throws it up high, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, nobody giving up any ground either way, fellas.
And don't be surprised if this comes down to the final possession. It just kind of has that feel tonight, doesn't it?
Lowry drives in.
Career best performance from Kyle Lowry last season, posting best in scoring and assists. A lot of people felt like he was the player most egregiously overlooked when it came to the All-Star game.
And Lowry, arguably the Raptors' best player last season. Despite that, Steve, he was the subject of repeated trade rumors.
Well, it was such a curious situation for Toronto. On one hand, they were trying to rebuild at the beginning of the season, maybe get a top draft pick, and then all of a sudden they started playing well. In the end, no trade. Lowry becomes their best player, and then, he leads them to a top 3 seed in the playoffs. So it's kind of a strange season. Kyle Lowry, an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Last year playing really well in a contract year. Question is, can he maintain that level of play now with this new deal?
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers. And Kyle Lowry drops them both. And Lowry, one of the more underrated players in the NBA, but he's also gotten into it with coaches in the past 2 plays.
Yeah, some locker room concerns. He can rub folks the wrong way, but I tend to always want to give the player the benefit of the doubt in this situation until you know for sure what the issues are. Nothing wrong with a little sandpaper coming from a player that's out there competing.
Johnson outside. Back to Lowry. Raptors moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. A leaner. And that one swishes right in. Lowry's got 4 points in the quarter.
And the hot shooting continues, guys.
Yeah, it sure does, Steve. They've mothballed the defense, though. It's all about offense today.
Paul outside to the wing right side. Redick for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
The drive by Lowry.
Nice numbers from Lowry.
He's got 13 points. He has 1 steal to his credit as well.
But he's done a better job than the numbers indicate, really. I think he's been really sound defensively, and he's helped his club.
And the first one at the line is good. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Clippers. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Toronto. And Kyle Lowry drops them both.
One story that didn't get a lot of press last season. 2 days after the Bledsoe trade had been given the go-ahead, the ownership tried to back out of it. The trade was already public news, and Doc Rivers actually threatened to quit before their ownership backed down.
Barnes kicks to Paul. Looking to get back on track here. Again, the miss by Paul.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
And for J.J. Redick, that shakeup must have been tough. His contract with the Clippers was contingent on the trade.
And Kevin, reportedly, Doc Rivers leaned on ownership pretty hard, saying, hey, I shook hands on this. Don't make me look bad here. Our reputation's at stake. It all worked out, but a reminder of the Clippers' rather dysfunctional past.
And it's in off the backboard. Paul's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
The defense starting to falter. I think we're seeing some tired legs there, Clark.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Throws and dishes to Valanciunas. Misses from close range. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great work inside for 2 vital points. That was an ideal scenario for him. Point blank range, big height advantage, and he cashed in perfectly.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
They've been the aggressors, and they've been tougher in the paint all game.
Well, they've also really been dialed in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
And much more aggressive play has led to more free throw attempts for them here in the second half.
You know, that's how you do it, Steve. I mean, defender pressing up on you, you press right back, get into him.
At the line for the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Paul passes to Griffin. It's stolen by Johnson. Lowry against Griffin. To the inside and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
The Clippers in the lead. Paul kicks to Redick. Ross with the steal. And there's the feed to Lowry. Griffin with the steal. Here's Redick. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 4. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, "We're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets." Pretty strong words, guys.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And right through it goes.
Well, those are key baskets, and we know he can deliver down the stretch.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 2. 1:50 left in the fourth quarter. Minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. An easy layup after coming off the pit. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Johnson right side. Here's the 3. Redick with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Here's Lowry. 1:12 left here in the fourth quarter. He kicks to DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. 15 points for DeMar DeRozan. Boy, that was a big shot.
And that one just flattened this crowd, Kevin.
Yeah, nothing you can do as a fan after a shot like that. Just shake your head.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Count it A huge shot to tie it up.
Oh, what a clutch shot. That could be the difference maker.
Big, big moment in this game.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Barnes kicks to Redick. Jordan the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Redick dishes to Barnes. From downtown, trifecta. Huge shot there, and the crowd, Clark, knows it.
Complete euphoria there, Kevin. They're going crazy.
You talk about some happy people, man. These fans are fired up.
DeRozan a screen on Paul. Ross with a wide open look. It's good. This game is all even.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
And the Clippers call time here. Redick with it. Paul a screen on Ross. Passes it to Paul. Oh, missed it. Toronto calls timeout. Valanciunas to take the lead. Got it! And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
And now we send you down to Doris Burke courtside, who's with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Kyle, congratulations on this win. Tell us what the team's objective was tonight that most helped in getting this victory.
Everybody played. We all played together. You know, we stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Cohesiveness and aggressiveness, a pretty good combination. Thanks for the time, Kyle. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry.